Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Lynn Wilson. I'm glad you're joining me today. I went on a hunt to find out what kind of food is in my freezer. Cleaning out my freezer. Oh my word. I feel like I just did this. You ever do that? Have you ever cleaned out your freezer and then you start going through it and you're like, this thing is a mess. I have a small freezer like most of us do on top of my refrigerator. And I try and organize it. I've tried bins in there. I've tried everything. I can't seem to get it to work the way it would be best for me. But in the meantime, gotta just do what you gotta do. Girls gotta do what a girl's gotta do. So I decided to go ahead and clean out the freezer, reorganize it, and all of that. Well, let me tell you, here we go. I made a list of, I had 5 note cards of what's in my freezer. And I'm going to put that on. You ever use a program called Cozy, C-O-Z-I? Anybody else use that? Leave a comment below. Let me know if you like it or you don't like it. Pros and cons. I've used it, oh man, for probably 15 plus years now. And I really like it. It has a calendar on it. You can share it with your family and you can color code it. It has to-do lists. I just really like how it works, and then you can print up your list. So I'm going to do, which I've done before, a freezer list, and I list all the food on there. As I went through it, I was just amazed on what I still had in there. I ended up, don't yell at me, I ended up throwing out a few things. So we had some chopped meat that was cooked. I don't know how long it was in there, but it just didn't look right. I don't know. It was one of those things my gut said, no, I don't know what was wrong with it. It might have been perfectly fine, but I didn't feel comfortable. So I go with my gut. So I threw that out. I also had a bag of bananas that I had taken out of the skins and I froze. And I've done that before for smoothies, for banana bread. I don't know what happened, but I guess it got pierced. And it was like oozing all over the bottom of the freezer. Out with that, because at this point it was open, it was exposed. I don't know what the flavors would be like, so I got rid of that. And then I had gotten a box of soft pretzels, you know, those big ones you can get, and they were from the Dollar Tree, and there were 6 in a box, and I wanted to try them. I made 3 of them. They were okay. I would never buy them again. Like, you know, I wanted to try it. Figured I'd see what theirs was like. Did not care for them with a big wow. And I had 3 of them left, and they come in those like cellophane bags. You know what I mean, from the freezer. And I usually put rubber bands around my stuff, and it holds it nice. And I guess we didn't with this. And then when I took them out to see what it was, they went flying out of the bag on the kitchen floor. Didn't like them anyway, so I threw those out. But what I did is I just reorganized the rest of it. I wrote it down, and I wrote down, 3 bags of corn or 2 bags of broccoli or, 3 packages of sausage, whatever the case might be. Now what I need to do is I'm going to take my list and I'm going to create a menu. And I told my husband I am not getting anything out of our deep freeze. Now, we don't have a big one. We have a very little deep freeze. It's small. I had a large one in my freezer, in my basement, like one of those huge chest ones that someone gave us when we first moved in this house, and it was just too big for a family of our size. I wasted half the space. That was it. We saved up. We got a small chest freezer, and I put it in my kitchen. As big and bulky as this thing is in my kitchen, I have easy access to it, but I'm not going in there. I'm not using the food in there until my top freezer of my refrigerator is emptied or almost empty. And then I'm going to start emptying out my chest freezer into the smaller freezer. And this way I can make room in the chest freezer. I would like to be able to get a few things in bulk. I have a few other ideas of things I want to work on toward the fall. So for now, we're going to do that. So I'm going to take you over to my freezer, kind of talk through it with you, let you see what I have. Listen, no judgment here. I do not have a perfectly neat freezer. At least it's organized enough that I put mostly vegetables and meats together and then miscellaneous together, and made a list. So I did that. Can check that off. wiped it all out really well, and well, you can come see for yourself. Let's see what it looks like. Everyone, here we go inside of my wonderful freezer. So on the door I have ice packs, things like that. I have some butter up here. Then we come over here. I have like all kinds of chocolate chips and pretzels and more chocolatey things, and I do a lot of candy making, things like that for different events. So all that is on the door here. I have some currants back there. I have some nuts back there. So that's what I keep on the door. I don't like to put regular food on the door, only because that gets more exposed to the warmth. So my freezer, yes, yes, and yes. Okay, tell me, people, do you have a freezer like this? So my freezer is full. We are a family of 3. We are not starving. We will not starve. We have food. So some of this is convenient food. Some of this is good food. So what do we have? So these are something new I want to try. Cheese fries. I got these from Aldi. I don't know. I want to try them. Figured it'd be a nice side dish. Something fun one day. And then over here, I have all the soups. I have chicken noodle. Oh, this is the leftover homemade hamburger helper, which I still need to do a video for you guys. Back there, I have cream of broccoli. I have another chicken noodle. I have a bean and bacon. These are all soups that I made. I love these deli containers. We have about 6 soups, so we are fine. Okay, then over here we have, this is the Aldi Chicken, the quote-unquote Chick-fil-A chicken. This is what my son eats every day. So I just picked up 3 bags yesterday. I have, what do I have here? Buffalo chicken. I have some corn that we made. I have 2 containers of this, and I need to use that up. I've got way in the back a pulled chicken, and I've got a block of Swiss cheese here, and this is potatoes, sauerkraut, and sausage. I have some chopped meat here, bacon fat. Look at all this bacon fat I have. Look at that. That's a good thing to have. There's more soup back there. In here we have some zucchini I shredded up. Homemade applesauce is in here for making muffins. I have different rolls of sausage in there. And I have homemade apple butter here. Now, like I mentioned, I've tried to keep items together. It's almost impossible because this freezer just, you can only fit so much. But what I have up here, I have some string cheese. This is mozzarella. And then in the back here, the red bin there, these are the ones that have the handle on it from Dollar Tree. I have some other cheeses in there, and I have unsalted butter for baking. I have one of these little fettuccine things here for my son, a quick thing. And I have all kinds of vegetables in here. I have leftover potatoes and carrots that I'm going to be using for a vegetarian meal that I have a video up and coming on. Corn and broccoli and all kinds of stuff there. We have our scrapple. Our son had a sore throat about 2 weeks ago, so I got some of these ice pops for him. And no sore throat now, so they're sitting in the freezer. I've got some dinner rolls. Let me pull those down. And then you can see all the meat back here. I have bacon. I have, what do I have? I have some lunch meat, some salami. We have some salmon back there. I have some kielbasa here, Italian sausage. This is a ham slice right here. Some more kielbasa there. Some codfish here. Some steak here. I have some banana bread swirl for French toast. I have some more cheese sticks here. They're cheddar cheese sticks. Some burritos, some chicken, some more chicken, and there's more fish back there. So, I don't know, and I probably skipped over a couple things, but you get the gist of it. So that is my freezer. So now I have to put meals together. I have to figure out what I can use between this and what is in my full pantry to create healthy meals, friendly meals, just good stuff for my family. And with all these soups here, I'm telling you, just a good pot of soup and some crackers or some homemade rolls, or maybe not even homemade rolls, the canned biscuits or rolls like this, or some toast. Those are the kind of meals that I'm really leaning more and more towards when I come home from work and I'm tired. A good homemade pot of soup. I know what went in it. It's rich and delicious and valuable in terms of nutrition. So there we go. I'd love to hear from you guys. All right, let's close this video out. So now you've seen the inside of my freezer. Does your freezer look like mine? Am I the only one that has a freezer that looks like this? Let me know. Maybe you have a really unique way of organizing a freezer, but you know, nothing is the perfect size, shape, and everything else to fit together. I have my OCD going, you gotta fit it perfectly neat, but it just doesn't. But found some good things, as you could see. I have plenty in there. Plenty, plenty, plenty. We have been blessed. God has provided. Now I need to use it up. We had a family meeting the other night, and we kind of regroup, you know, every weekish, and we kind of regroup about things. And I said, we have plenty of food in the house. We need to start using this food in the house. And I talked to you the other day about, you know, when I was broker than broke, we created meals out of nothing. I don't even know what I made. We just made meals. You know, I would have maybe that much sausage and literally a little tiny chunk of like kielbasa that somebody else would say that would even feed one person. And I would dice it up or cut it up super, super thin and then add stuff to it and create a wonderful meal. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And if I don't know, if I do that, are you guys interested to see some unconventional meals that I make? Let me know in the comments. Would you want to see that? Are you not interested in that? I'm always curious what people make. It might not be something I would necessarily eat myself, but I like to see the ideas and how they create something or what did they put together. I want to start just allowing my kitchen to be a place of I don't know, what would I say? A place for my family to just find nutrients, but also find extra love, to find a place of just creativity and a place that I can just go and enjoy knowing that I'm taking care of myself and I'm taking care of my family. We're going to stay on budget. We're cutting that food bill in half. We want to get out of debt. We want to get some of these bills paid off. I want to have the freedom to know that I just have the freedom in life to not have to worry about money. So that is our journey. Are you guys doing anything like that? How is your food bill? Are you cutting back? Are you overwhelmed with it? Let me know what's happening in your world. Thanks so much for coming over. And don't forget, I will see you on the next video.